Hello everyone and welcome back to Passion Sundays, the best way to end the week and start another. Our guest today has been called the People Interpreter. She's authored a best-selling book, Pressing the Right Buttons. Allison Mooney, all the way from New Zealand. Allison,
hello,
thank
Moustafa.
you very much for joining us today. I'm really honored to have you. You're probably the first Kiwi that I've got on the show.
Oh, good.
And your topic is phenomenal. I mean, pressing the right buttons. People usually get their buttons pushed, but I like the pressing the right buttons. So tell me more about that.
Well, when I was 40, it was an epiphany for me. I was in a marriage that I wasn't sure whether I wanted to be in. 47 years later, I am still in the marriage because I found a tool that transformed my life.
Wow.
So you talk about passion, I speak about passion. There's been a transformational experience in my life that got me closer to my husband. I took it to business, and even with my staff, I was able to get closer and get them engaged, love coming to work. We need to have those kind of tools. And it's around personality that I speak to. We all have different personalities. And if we could speak to that personality, then you connect.
Wow, I was getting goosebumps when you said that, because the next thing I was expecting you're going to say, and that marriage ended. And actually what you're saying is, no, you took that challenge and turned it around. And I appreciate the love factor that would have helped in that, but I'm sure there's something much bigger than that. It was about your own transformation.
Yes, it was. And because of that, and growing and learning about the personalities, he is so different. And as I've traveled the world, I hear people say, we are so different in our marriage, and the only thing that we've got in common is that we got married on the same day. That's the only commonality. But sometimes most often you are drawn to an opposite, and that completes you. And when we learn to respect each other's differences, then there's no divide.
Wow.
He is still different from me. He still can frustrate me, but I love who he is because he's my grounding force. I'm wildly out there, love life, and he's the one that is a little bit cautious, which used to frustrate me, but I know I need that in my life, or else I'd burn out.
And how did that help you understand which buttons to press? Because it's easy to say, okay, I understand that the other person is what I need in life, but we don't always understand how to handle what we need.
Well, it's understanding. We're born with personality. It's in your DNA. I'm looking at you right now, and I'm assuming that you might be the playful, out there, love life, love people. Now, there are people that like tasks more than people. My husband is a task person. So allowing him and respecting him and what he does, but he also learns to respect me. And as we grew in this, as we understood the 4 personalities that are out there, there's the playful, the powerful, the peaceful, and the precise. Now, I help people read them, but give them what they need, because in you there is a tank, and it gets you out of bed. It's your little motivational tank. And if I can fill your tank, you will love life. You've learned to fill your own tank, Moustafa. You love life. You've learned how to do that. But there's a lot of our viewers that are not getting their tanks filled. And I call it the AIDS epidemic. We are alienated from each other, isolated, dislocated, separated. How can we get that connect? I think this is a great model that helps us to do that.
Wow,
it's the how-to in getting close to people.
I'm getting goosebumps as you're talking, because as simple as what you're saying is, it is pressing the right buttons in me as you're talking, because I'm getting this feeling that, okay, there's something here that sits in. And this is beautiful coming from you, because you've obviously now in a beautiful space where you're able to share. But my question is to a lot of people who are being challenged in that area, who are having their own issues to deal with. So a lot of times we would like to fill people's tanks, but people push back at us. You say good morning to somebody, they don't respond, or they're angry and they get their anger out on you. How can you press the right button to somebody who pressed the wrong button in you?
Well, that's true. We do have those moments. I sat in a taxi cab yesterday and I talked to the lady in the cab. She said, there's some people that get in this car, they do not want to talk to me. Just be quiet, lady. But you see, when you know personality, you respect that. There's the powerful types that don't want small talk. They just want a short to the point, and they want outcomes. So when you learn this model, you talk the language the hearer understands. So even if there's angry people around, it's usually because their tank is empty. You start filling the tank. Now, could I just take a step back, Moustafa, and let's just qualify who you are. I'm wondering, there's two types that you could be. You could be the beautiful, precise. Are you a tidy, organized, analytical person? Do you get your energy from being alone or with people? That's my question.
Well, I mean, and for me, I've got both. My fiance says I've got both extremes.
You have extremes.
I'm meticulous. I'm OCD on details. I love everything to be in the right place. I like to be with people. I like to be alone. When I'm doing something, I do it with passion.
Yes.
If I want to be alone, I really want to be alone. I bought a one-way ticket to India. And when I'm with people, I want thousands of people around me. I want to liven up the stage. And I honor and acknowledge that.
But then at the end of the day, you still need that. So you restore your soul by being alone. You love people.
Yeah.
You could be in the theatre of life and absolutely take every moment as it comes. But you would probably cut off at a time where I need self-care. So you need to have that time alone. Now, there are some people that get their energy by always being with people. Being alone is like you're not very popular.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming with the beautiful way that you dress, meticulous, that you might be a precise. So what a precise needs to fill their tank is space, silence, sensitivity, and support. You are passionate about life. Yes, that's great. But this is what you need, and I need to speak that. Your significant other, she needs to think about that as you go together in life. Now, I need attention, affection, approval, and acceptance because I'm a playful. Now, I've learned to fill my own tank, and that's called wisdom. We can have passion, but wisdom is bigger, higher.
I love that.
So, I've learned through understanding the tool that I know who I am and I don't have to seek that from people. Okay. And so I get up every morning knowing that my tank is full. I'm now got more meaning in my life because I want to fill your tank. I want to connect with you. I want you to go away from me remembering who I am because I loved on you the way that you need loving on.
So basically what you're saying is people fill their tank with the opposite of what they're putting out there in principle. So if I'm meticulous, I'm on stage, I fill my tank by being alone and by...
That's right, yes.
And for you, you're very out there and then
yes.
you want to be loved and taken care of to be
Yes.
able to fill your tank.
Yes,
That's interesting.
And there's the powerful. They want, you know how they fill their tank? Recognition, appreciation, loyalty.
Wow.
So they want to be known for what they do. And then there's this beautiful, peaceful. They want to be respected for who they are, the human being, the powerful, the human machine. So there's these four dominants, and we can blend. I'm sure you're a blend. I'm a blend as well. So understanding this takes the lid off. So when there are these aggro people in your life and you're coming up against a brick wall, you can take a step back and have a little laugh inside and just say, you know, there's pain. I wonder why there's pain. Maybe if I fill their tank, they'll realign themselves. That's the secret.
That's
the
interesting.
Mystery of
That's
life.
an interesting perspective on being. I've heard in a lot of interviews that I've done about leadership being other-centered, but I think this is probably one of the first times where I understand how to be other-centered.
It's the how to.
It's the how to. Okay, I like that.
And the why. Why should we? Because if I kept going through life, I was wanting what I wanted, and I was giving it to him, but it missed because he didn't want that. He wants to be respected and valued, and I've learned to do that. That's all he wants in life. Easy. It's a simple model, transformational.
Allison, you've definitely pressed all the right buttons in me and probably with all the audience. Thank you very much for being with us today.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Pleasure
Awesome.
to meet you, Moustafa.
Pleasure is mine. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Passion! What do you think? I would really love to hear your opinion, so if you found this episode as fun as I did, please leave your comments on the blog below and do share it and spread the passion. And if you'd like more tools, tips, techniques, and exclusive interviews that I only share on my website, go to moustafa.com. And until next episode, live passionately.